this
You'd
song.
rock to this while you're
Little drummer.
while you're cooking a souffle.
Making a souffle in your Le Cervex pot.
Boo boo boo.
It's the Bonfire, Faction Talk, Sirius XM 103. Big Jokers and Robert Kelly. Hanging with the whole crew. We have an awesome guest in studio today. He's got a new special.
Yes, we do.
You do?
He has a new special streaming right now on YouTube, and you can find his podcast, Almost Alpha, wherever you listen to podcasts. Taylor Williamson, live at the Comedy Store is the name of the special. It is the great Taylor Williamson. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out
Hey
with us
guys,
today.
thanks for having me. I have so many anecdotes I prepared.
Nice.
Someone told me you're supposed to prepare things to share.
Anecdotes?
I have anecdotes.
I love it.
said that?
Give us a good one.
What I realized, but it's not good for radio because I have a picture of you.
Oh, Bobby?
Yeah, please.
And I was in Florida. I was in some guy's house in Florida, and he has a painting of you.
What?
That's fucking crazy.
Is that
What are you talking?
That's not even a
about?
picture of someone who looks like you.
Is
That's
that not
a picture
you?
of you.
That's your headshot.
What? Where were you? Am I going to be murdered? What?
He did say he was going to murder you, but this was January, so maybe he was lying because that was a long time ago.
Who is that?
Mike Calta.
Who's that?
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's a radio guy.
Now it adds up.
He loves you.
It's his best friend.
It's my number one best friend.
Number one best friend?
Yeah.
How many best friends do you get?
I have one. Jay has 4.
What?
Jay has 10.
He has 10. Mike
Look.
Fenoya being number 1.
Just because they all call me their best friend doesn't mean I'm their best friend.
No, it's because you call them back.
Yeah, Christine calls me boyfriend. I don't call her girlfriend.
His best friends are like seasonal. Like he'll talk to one guy every day for months,
Yeah.
and then just like never again for like 3 months.
Never again.
I'm only spring and Christmas time. Apparently, summertime, I'm out of season. Mike Fenoya is June, July, and August, early September.
What Mike has learned is he hits me on the phone call when I get up. My friend Mike hits me as soon as I go out, and like around the time I smoke my cigarettes, right when Mike's ready to talk for a few, and we just have a good gab
It'd be
session on
funny
the
if
phone.
Mike just stays out in front of your house until you come out and he goes, "Hey, Jay, what's going on?"
Yeah, he's
Hey,
around
dude.
the corner.
Yeah,
You
he's
look
just-
great today. What? No.
No. I mean, you probably do look great.
You're smart to be the December best friend. That's the Christmas presents involved, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jay gives good gifts, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a generous guy.
God, it's September. I got to get in on this.
You have to get in on us early now.
Mike Calton's generous too.
I should,
Me and Mike actually did this gift giving thing because Amazon in Florida, it just shows up in an hour because they have an Amazon outlet, so you can order something and it's at his house that day, like an hour later.
Wow.
So we just started sending stuff to each other.
Oh, Taylor, can I ask you also that Christine? Oh, I feel like when we have comics come in, who she worked around at the Comedy Magic Club for her years working there back in the day. No one remembers her ever. It's so weird.
There's no way that's true. I'm not even making a joke. I'm
No,
not
it's
playing
funny.
along with this. She's
I'm
legendary.
being honest. People who know her now, like wasn't it the Nate Craig kid? Like he knows you now. He's known you, but he doesn't remember seeing you back at like hanging at clubs.
Can I be your lawyer, please, Christine? Like this is her in my phone, by the way. I typed in her number and it was already in there. Christine CMC, Comedy Magic Club.
Comedy
We've
Magic Club.
legitimately known each other for almost 20 years.
Can I tell you?
Yeah. But I'm saying,
If someone doesn't remember her, it's because they weren't getting the bookings, buddy.
hell yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
Did she book it?
Well, she was there. I'm just saying there's
No, she
someone.
didn't book it.
It's people bragging that they were there. I'm like your lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer. I'm an honest guy. I'm the guy who tells it like it is out here.
Yeah.
Did TJ Miller remember you from there?
Can I tell you, I've known him for 20 years. I've never seen him once in my life at the Comedy Magic Club. I'm sure he's been there, but I'm just saying people who were there know you. Jimmy Brogan would be like, Christine, what's up?
Hell yeah.
TJ doesn't remember he was there.
That's what they took out. That's part of his brain they took out.
Here's the thing. I didn't know TJ from the club. I knew him because my best friend dated his best friend. So that's why we knew each other. And
Who's
Nate,
his best friend?
But that was a comic.
Yeah.
That's the comic.
Oh, scandal. But
Well, you don't want to say his name? Is it bad to say his name?
wait, can I tell you this other thing? Why I know Christine? Because like we're comedians, you're like not supposed to hang out with the staff and all the thing. But there was like an asterisk if you're like the exact same age as them. And I started when I was 17, so like we're all kids.
So
Yeah,
you hung out with Christine.
We did hang out. Yeah, all the time.
Together.
Well,
She's OG.
did you
I
guys?
also,
well,
so
did you guys?
my first night ever in the city. I literally landed in New York, and I was taking the train to go from Brooklyn to New York in Bushwick. And I remember I go to my friend Caitlin, I go, I think I know that guy. I go, I think that's Taylor. I go, I think he's I'm
She doesn't remember me.
100%
She just forgot your last
him.
name.
No,
She
Taylor
went Taylor,
Williamson,
she's
but whatever I
acting it
said,
out.
I was
She's
like,
acting it
Taylor.
out.
And she goes, no, you're going to think that a lot. She goes, that's not him. I'm like, Taylor! And it was 100% him. He had moved to the same exact subway stop in New York. I didn't even know he lived here.
How many years in radio before you talk?
Sorry.
She was leaning more and more towards Lou as she kept on the story. She goes,
I yelled his name, and then all of a sudden,
It was so...
But I know him. I do know
Yeah.
him. And then people are saying,
Yeah.
you didn't know him.
It was so bizarre to get on the subway my
We'll be right
first
back.
day in New York and just see somebody I knew at all.
No, it's out of context, too, where you're kind of like, what? It doesn't make any sense.
I did that to the kids in the hall. The little, I saw one of those guys on the train, and I screamed his name, but I never met him before. He just got off.
What was the
train.
name you screamed?
I forget what the fuck his name is. Yeah, one of those dudes.
Kevin McDonald!
That's not terrifying at all.
Well, you know what?
we know-
I didn't know anybody.
The first time Christine told me that you guys were old friends was when we still to this day watch religiously America's Got Talent, and so seeing you on there was like, she was like, oh, she's like, I know him, and I was really doing like a little like, you don't have to try to impress me. You already made the sale, kiddo. Relax.
I've never played that club. Have you ever played the Comedy Magic Club?
I did it once or twice. Twice
Once I
maybe.
think, Bobby, you've never been to Comedy Magic Club?
I've always said that people have always said that it was you have to be crystal clean. You
Yeah.
can't be dirty. You can't swear. And I was like, fuck it, I'm not going.
No, but the guy
Not really.
who was Richard, who was like Christine's direct boss, I think at the time, when he kind of took much more like control over the club. Like he specifically asked Christine, like, no, bring Jay through. Like, it's like he can do whatever he wants to do. It was more like they just kind of kept that, I think, for like newer comics. They don't want to bring up like dirty comics,
Right.
But I think if you're a pro and you do what you do, he was kind of like, no, it's fine. He can like do whatever he does.
Oh, I
and they
always
were
heard it
cool
was-
about it. I always thought it was lame because the rationale for the creation of the club is so dorky of an idea. The guy was made fun, unless this is myth, by the way. The owner, was made fun of at the Comedy Store, like from a guy on stage. He has like a lisp or something, and the comic made fun of him. So his dream was to open a place where no one will ever say something mean to somebody in comedy.
No.
I've never heard-
on
I
my
mean,
life, I heard that's the thing. Am I right?
I heard that the same time you heard that, and it was the first time I'd ever heard it.
Was it from a guy going, someday people will treat each other?
You're
the way
all
we-
gonna fee, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna eat fit.
Yeah, inconceivable.
You're gonna thuck my dick when you see the kind of place I open up.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
gonna be-
thuck my penis.
It's gonna be on the beach, and they're gonna be hot girls, and you can't come.
Can I tell you what's great about all of this? This is all on my list of anecdotes. I got AGT, Christina's OG,
Nice.
Jerry Briscoe Jr. is on here. Listen, I did my research, but I can tell you at the Comedy Magic Club, because I always had that fear of like, can you ask for? Okay, can you work clean? You gotta work clean, whatever. No one from the club has ever told me that. That's just like comics, like the Cellar. I kind of feel a similar vibe. Not that we're clean, but like I'm.
There's a more of a mystique to it than
Yeah,
that's
'cause I don't know
necessary.
what's going on, you know. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I come there like a few times a year. I work there when I'm in town. I live in California, and like I'm always like I see some comic who's been there, who's been coming for 25 years, who's scared of one of the managers. Like, don't talk, she's looking, you know. So I'm like, am I supposed to be scared here? Because you're all scared.
Everybody's scared of Liz, though.
I didn't
She's
say.
terrifying.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, you're talking about
I
the
know,
other.
I know Liz.
Scariest lady
I'm not
there.
scared of Liz.
You're talking about.
Val is so scary.
Oh, Val's scared. she's got gout. No,
Is she okay? I love
no, I'm
Val.
kidding.
I love all of them.
You love gout?
I love Gal is one of my favorites.
Esty, you're scared of Esty. People are supposed to be scared of
I
Esty.
can tell you I've never been SD, but I'm scared of her because
Oh,
people
that's
are
good for
scared
you,
of
dude. She's a monster.
She's not. She's not. She's the sweetest woman.
She's not a nice lady.
No,
Don't
she's
say these
nice.
things. I can't be
She's-
associated with it. She's a love to me. She watched me on America's Got Talent, and she books me.
Yeah.
I've never met her.
She loves you.
She's a manipulative
love me?
psychopath.
Listen, no, she's not.
She's a
No, she's
soulless
not.
dragon
Are you
lady.
talking about Christine?
No, no, Esty.
Can I just make it clear that I'm Taylor Tomlinson? I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, I'm Robert Kelly, and I love Esty. This message is approved by Robert Kelly.
Yeah.
I know Taylor Williamson loves her.
I feel like she sleeps in a crypt at night.
Oh, shut the fuck
Lord.
up. She's
She
sweet.
goes into a crypt. To who?
To me? Yes. To Colin?
To you.
To Norton? To
Yeah,
Tama
yeah.
Papa? To Keith Robinson? Hello.
Yeah.
So can I tell you, I cursed for the first time on stage at the Comedy Magic Club after performing there for probably like 18, 19 years, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it because this is who I am now.
What'd you say?
I said fuck.
You said fuck?
Yeah.
That's funny. He goes, the build up to it. He goes, dude.
I thought about it so hard.
Gloves are off.
And I didn't ask anybody because there's a lot of like older respect. You know, I don't ask their advice because they're gonna be like, don't do it. You know what I mean? Like,
They say don't do it.
Well,
no,
you're
if I ask, but like I'm talking
you're
about guys,
relatively clean, but you're not squeaky clean.
I'm not a squeaky clean guy. You know, like
I am.
I
went
admired.
squeaky clean in the last couple of weeks. Seriously, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm changing things up.
Oh, I didn't know that. He doesn't masturbate to porn anymore, and he's
No.
squeaky clean comedy now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Squeaky Clean. That's my new album, Squeaky Clean Kelly.
He's getting really rigid and formal. And then he bought his son an AR-15, so we'll see where it goes.
I think it was a Ruger 22.
With an Uzi.
I think you could be the Raffi of comedy.
Yeah. It's good, you're good for the kids.
I almost did a clean album. I almost tried to do a clean album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have suggested that to me before, like, dude, do a clean and like blow everyone's minds. I'm like, I can't. It would blow my mind.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You could do a clean album.
I think I'm so impressed with this. Like, I don't disagree with people when they go like, being dirty is like a crutch. I guess it is to me, but it's always the kind of the funny that I was drawn to being the most, but not even always with my like I said before. I think what Nate Bargatze, Brian Regan, the people that you don't even overthink that it's clean. It just happens to be clean. Is such a fucking skill, man.
Yeah, but
it's
when
such a
being dirty,
amazing skill.
I think being dirty is a skill too, because if you can be dirty and say outrageous, fucked up shit, and people don't get offended,
right? No, it's a different thing.
So
it's trying to make them like just laugh at the funny and not be like I'm definitely looking for shock. When I was younger, that's why I went that direction out of the gates. It was pretty natural, but also. And when I watch this, I can call it in people too, where I go, you just don't want silence. So you're happy to just go like, and then her pussy was, sludgy blood, cum dump, whatever. Because people, if they go, oh, you're like, noise. Thank God.
That was one of your greatest bits, though. The pussy sludge cum dump.
Once I ironed it out.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, well, people had to find the nuance in it.
Can I tell you the first person I saw who was like dirty but like funny and like live? I got to work with Robert Schimmel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see of course you saw?
Well, you know what he
sure.
did? He did Vegas and he called it a XXX show. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna go see him. XXX. He was just regular
dirty. Yeah.
Regular dirty. He was just said fuck.
It's just adult. I mean, it's just
sex,
mature themes, but it was nothing. Would Robert Schimmel come to Comedy Magic Club? Because like there was always like the asterisk. I love asterisks. Love them. But Comedy Magic Club would be like, we're clean. But then Daniel Tosh would come in and be ridiculously filthy. Oh yeah. And like I was like a 19-year-old. I'm like, this is not fair. I like rules. This is not fair. And George Carlin would come in, and I think if you make like $20 million a year, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
Yeah,
that does make sense.
Once you get to a point.
If you make $20,000 a year, you can do whatever you want.
One day I can do whatever.
My only time performing there was the night I actually did see it. It's the only time I've ever seen Tosh live. He was great.
He's funny, man.
He's so funny.
But he's crazy.
Yeah, he's really, really funny. I get. Well, now he's doing like the podcast. I guess he's still touring. I mean, that show was just killer.
Yeah.
Wasn't
like
that
the Tosh .0? I mean, it was such, like I said, just like on a. I didn't like religiously watch it, but it's one of those things whenever it's on, or we used to DVR it even once in a while, because like at nighttime we just go into bed like pop it. It's always hilarious.
Wasn't that Patricia's show first?
No,
and then
different show.
Brewer took it over, and then they just redid it over there.
That was
Web Junk is what you're
Web
thinking.
Junk was MTV.
Same idea, but there was 80 shows doing that. Ridiculousness is that there are all these shows.
Talk Soup, whatever.
Talk Soup was the original of that.
Talk Soup, yeah.
The idea of what Daniel Tosh just did, again, Patrice. I know because I did an introducing movies like Spike TV thing with him once. He'll take the job of being, sometimes he would at least, I guess, take the job of having to be a little sillier and whatever than he's used to being, and then not really do the part.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I think when he did Web Junk, it's just not really his thing. What Daniel Tosh did with that show is unbelievable. Patrice couldn't have done it. It's a different kind of humor.
Well, you're right about that.
He was fucking great.
They had Patrice on Ellen.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, when you come out, you have to dance. He was like, nah. Because when Ellen, everybody would come out and do that stupid dance. He was like, I'm not dancing.
Yeah, but Christine actually said she was surprised how silly he was on that show, sort of based on what he, like his comedy.
You
like
just
when
knowing him as a stand-up comic for so long before the show, to have his silliness and like the pranks he would do, and he would jump in and like, I mean, there's the ripping and the tearing scene where he like gets on the floor and is
that's one of the
I was
best.
so surprised that he
Money
was
will make you giggle. Money will make you giggle like a bitch.
Did you ever see that clip of Zach Galifianakis in the audience at Ellen?
No.
It's like one of these viral YouTube clips from 15 years ago, but he was just in the crowd watching the show, him and his wife, and they're like cuts the crowd dancing, and it's before he's famous. He's just like dying, like
Having a ball.
but he's dying not having a ball.
Not having.
It's a fun
he hates being
Google.
there.
Fun Google for your fans.
Zach, I always like Zach. He was crazy.
Yeah. And this wasn't a bit. This looks like a sketch, but this is before he's famous in the crowd.
Who got mad at Ellen because like they said they're afraid of clowns and they just had like a clown fucking jump out of a they like a clown jump out of a thing at them?
It's like Maury with the olives.
She's nice. Do you ever see Maury with Primordial Dwarfs?
No.
No.
Oh, you guys.
Oh no.
This is like
Yes, I have. They're the ones that look like adults, sort of like they're the Benjamin Button people.
I don't know if they're Benjamin Button. I don't know. Like Benjamin Button people are like reverse. Like they're born old. I never saw Benjamin.
Not
Button.
Benjamin Button, Dr. Moreau people.
Okay, yeah, Benjamin Button is a guy is born a full 6 foot tall and he gets tiny.
No, Benjamin Button is a guy gets younger as he gets older.
He's aging backwards.
But does he come out as a baby?
No, I think it comes out normal. This
he adopted
I think
as a
Woolworth,
six- as
the
an-
primordial thing isn't that the Dr. Moreau?
The Dr. So like a little tiny. So Maury Povich had like his intro for the whole episode was like little people who were like a foot tall.
Like
you know,
Pejoria. Is that what you
Progeria.
know? That one too.
No,
maybe-
that's what I'm thinking. Dr. Moreau. This is different. What he's
Actually,
saying.
I'm playing
sorry.
Poughkeepsie. I might just plug that in.
But like the whole promo and to watch the episode is like, hey, where's my primordial dwarf friend? And he opens the drawer, not in here. He opens the cabinet, not in here. This is like real.
No,
Hey, Maury was great. Is he alive?
It was
Is he
great.
Okay?
He's okay.
James Earl Jones died.
he's married to that alcoholic Chinese lady.
Yeah, Connie Chung, dude. She's coming home, fucking hitting the sake and cracking his ass every night.
They just did an interview and she's fucking still just a slob drunk.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna go home and sit on that round eye's face for a half hour. Maury Povich, though, he was evil things. How he would like, laugh is that we had that when we played. Like the woman's afraid of balloons, so they come out and they just bring a bunch of balloons to her, and she freaks out and she runs backstage. But what they had planned is backstage is just covered in balloons. Like she had to run through balloons, and she's just like crying and like crawling out like an injured Marine, and the audience is like, "Oh, you idiot!
Oh no,
You dumb bitch!"
But Maury was like Jerry Springer officially had hired actors, and a lot of those like judge shows are actors. But Maury was real, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the judge ones, I think they have actors a lot.
For sure.
I mean,
my cousin was on Judge Steve Harvey.
Did you ever see?
Sorry for name dropping.
Did you ever see Pet Justice with Gary Busey?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Pet Justice.
have you talked to the guy who created it?
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Jack.
Jack's nuts.
Well, I love this guy. He's running a big company, and he's like, yeah, this is what I did in my free time. I'm like, what?
Yeah. He created Pet Justice.
He's almost
with Gary
interesting.
Busey.
Yeah.
I mean, Judge Steve Harvey's a pretty funny thing too.
Steve Harvey's.
Honestly, I sentence you to purple suits.
Gary Busey comes to the Comedy Store.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who came in the other
Is he
day?
a problem?
I not to me. I see him on the. Is he doing comedy or is his daughter doing comedy? Something going on.
That's a good Comedy Store question for a Comedy Store regular. What's the biggest fuck up you've seen a celebrity make in there? Not a comic, celebrity showing up to the show, because it definitely had. I brought Lucas Rossi, celebrity light, but I brought Lucas Rossi there when I was doing Goddamn Comedy Jam with him, and he was so shitty to the staff. He was like yelling with the staff and in a weird thing with them, and I had to go like smooth it over. It was so uncomfortable.
I remember Cole Hauser at Dublin's was trashing Dane.
Really?
The whole time he's like, fuck this. fucking asshole. Who the fuck is this shit? Everybody's up his dick. I was like, yeah, man, that's my friend. But I like you too, but
Well,
chill the fuck
he
out.
gave me an HBO show.
Yeah.
I gotta take his side.
I mean, he's loud, but it's his energy.
Yeah, he's not everybody's cup of tea, I guess.
That fucking guy runs around going woo 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 woo. Who's a fuck?
You know, this is good because like I've been doing this for 20 years and I had some ups in my career, but like I'm trying to rebrand and I feel like I need more edge and I need to like talk shit more. You know?
Yeah.
I can say shit on this show, right?
Yeah,
Can
try it.
fire
Like I was a
away.
Comedy Magic Club guy for years. Like I gotta become a Bonfire guy.
try saying something.
So I'm gonna talk shit about somebody.
Let's talk some shit, but add a motherfucker and a cocksucker and.
But
That's the same. Both. I could do one or the other, but both in the
Try it.
combo.
I will
Try it at
say
the
this.
same time.
Let me say this as someone who likes you too and doesn't want to set you up for a bad situation. Just know when you do jump into this world of telling us how a celebrity fucked up, which I agree you should do it. I would, but many years ago now, about 9 years ago, almost 8-9 years ago, started making fun of a little forgotten who was he kind of has been named Corey Feldman. And now here we sit 9 years later. He's heard it all, and he really hates us. He hates Bobby because of it. Bobby's not even involved.
Didn't do it.
Does he hate you?
He hates.
You're like collateral.
He wanted us removed from his concert with Limp Bizkit the other day. It was.
How did he know you were there? He lets you check the guest list.
No, he
Because
just.
he knows.
Well, the head of security was a fan of ours, and he was asking if he can have us out, and the guy was like, "They're not bothering you,"
He
which
said.
he's right.
He said, "Well, at least where are they?" He goes, "Well, look for the most enthusiastic fans in the crowd."
That's what they
and
said.
Them.
That's what the security guy said. He told
we
them.
were.
We were the most. We gave him the day of his life, Corey Feldman. That's
And
all we want to
we
do.
got everybody else. They're like, "What? Oh,
Why would
and
these people give a shit so much? And then we made everyone get into it.
everybody?" And now, people never showed up at the beginning of the show. If you look at the concert, the
Right.
traction now at the beginning of the show, a lot of people are showing up to see Corey Feldman and enjoy the experience, which is Corey Feldman.
Can I be honest? Can I be fair? It's hard to be an as.
Say motherfucker.
Listen, motherfuckers.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like
Listen,
that.
Corey Feldman, motherfucker. I'm gonna tell it like it is. Do you know how hard it is for a performer to be in the crowd and be a good audience member?
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard. Want to be careful, cocksucker, motherfucker.
There you go, dude. I mean,
It rolls off your tongue.
Am I calling
Roll.
you or Corey? Corey.
don't
I'm
do that.
sorry, Mr. Kelly.
Listen, cocksucker. I'm
sorry.
Motherfucker, call me a motherfucker.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kelly. I'm a
No,
cocksucker.
if one slips
I'm a
out though, if you
cocksucker.
get one in,
okay.
it's fine.
I'm being a cocksucker. Yeah.
Amongst guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like so, but let me. It's like be careful what you wish for. I'm a pro wrestling fan, you know. That's on the list, you know. And then and then I get hooked up. I don't get if I want tickets in LA, like you're on your own. But Ontario, California, front row Monday Night Raw. I'm like.
Buddy, I'm a big fan too.
I know. You fucking piece of shit.
Fuck, you're a cocksucker. I'm there too.
I'm a cocksucker. You're a cocksucker. What are we doing here? Why are we going to suck a cock? So that's the most I've ever done. That was wild.
You made it. You
okay,
made
you get it.
You took it in a bad.
Too good.
No, we don't suck cocks at the
I'm
end.
sorry. Oh, we don't suck cock.
No, it'll throw people off. It throws people off though. I liked it.
I'm sorry.
It's a Mayo. Make people go like, what? And then you're gone.
But the point is, like, I got like usually you got tickets to wrestling shows. About they put you hard on the camera side so you can just chill and be cool, VIP, whatever. They put me on the side where the camera looks at you.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding. Like you know me a little bit. It was my childhood dream / adult worst nightmare. So I have to be like. I don't want to be the asshole in the front row.
You gotta be really into it.
I want to be like how you guys were
Yeah.
at Corey Feldman. You're like,
Enthusiastic.
yeah. You cheer the good guys and you boo the bad guys, and you have a good time. And you were cheering the good guy,
Yes.
but he turned heel on you.
No,
We turned heel on him a long time ago.
We were the heels.
Okay.
He was the baby face.
Wait, so
Yeah.
Mr. Feldman, I don't know. These guys are cocksuckers.
He's just
I
the
don't
most
know.
unlikable baby face ever. It is hard to be a good audience as a performer, and it is to have to put that on. I tell you, though, as far as wrestling goes, I tell you, this bummed me out. This was probably the end of the me and Dan Soder era of Bonfire.
That's not when he left.
No.
When he said, "Hey, I'm gonna go do something else."
No, I'm saying this may have been the catalyst to
I'm gonna
that.
fill in with. I'm gonna get my old friend to fill in for me.
This is my.
Good luck, guys.
I think this might have been the catalyst for him realizing that maybe it was time for him to move on. Was one night we were off. There was no Legion of Skanks after this on a Monday.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw was happening at the Garden, or no, Barclays Center. And he was like, we were like, hey, you know what? I looked up tickets during the show. Remember? I was like, man, me and Christine will go also. And we went, and I'm not a big wrestling fan anymore. When I was a kid, I loved it.
Yeah.
Probably up into my early 20s even, then I just kind of lost track of it. But I was like, but Dan Soder, hardcore fan.
Yeah.
And we go with him, and we're sitting with him at this show, and I felt so bad because I'm like laughing at everything and having a good time and clapping and cheering with him, but he wants to be a child-like wrestling fan. Yeah. And I just remember the one time when some music dropped, it was the Shield getting back together was the big deal.
You were there?
You were
The
there for
Shield
that?
got back together, and they came out, and the place, when they played the music, the place went, And Soder started to stand up with it and then looked over at me, and I didn't do anything. He just looked at me and sat back down and just gave like a little, like to himself, like an elbow fist pump. Like, yes. And I was like, dude, please, like, you're making me feel bad. And do it. Do the thing. I just don't know who the people are, but
you know what you did wrong?
I'll follow you.
You know what you did wrong? You yucked his yum.
I didn't. It wasn't on purpose.
You yucked his yum.
I didn't know to scream at the Shield.
Buddy, when everybody listen, wrestling's pretty easy. When people scream, you scream. When people boo, you boo.
I would have.
It's pretty. It's children and idiots. We're
You gotta
all
give me a
adults.
second. You gotta give me a second to put my drink down or something. Like, I would have stood up to. I did the things everybody did. It was just he started to, and then when I wasn't right away, he held himself back and it bummed me out. I was like, oh man, I'm fucking up your night.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. I've had that. I've taken people to concerts where I'm asking them 7,000 times, like, isn't this crazy and great? And they're like, yeah, no, I'm having a good time. And you're like, well, tell your face to tell me that, because it doesn't seem like it at all.
I saw Rich Voss do that once at
What, have a shit face?
at a stand-up in New York. He made a woman cry in the crowd.
What, did he say, that's all my time? Why did he make her cry?
He I adore him, you know. But you know.
No, if you're
No,
gonna pick a person to talk shit about, give it
I got
to
my
the
shit.
boss.
I didn't do my shit talking.
Do
No,
it.
yeah.
I got my. I'm not saying usually on Rich Voss. I adore him. He's been good to me in my life. You know. He supports Israel. I like him as a Jewish man. You know. He goes hard. He goes a little hard. I'm like Rich. I'm Jewish, but leave me out of this. You know.
Yeah,
But-
he's
That's how I feel. Him and Aaron Berg have become so much more Jewish. Berg got new Jewish tattoos, which I always love is ironic. And I said that was the best when Voss posted the Israeli fucking like some muscular lion is the funniest picture
I'm all about
ever.
it. I think was Rich
I'm
Rich Voss-
Jewish.
Are you Jewish? Oh,
But not like that.
oh my God! This is the news.
Yeah.
That looks like you. What are you talking about?
It does look like
It's
you.
like you mixed with Triple H.
That would be bad.
When we showed that to Bonnie McFarlane, she goes, "Oh, I muted him."
I remember watching you guys on Tough Crowd growing up, like not to make you feel so old, but like I was not a child. I was not 2. I was a young.
All right, well, you're getting worse.
I was 1.
I was one.
I wasn't born yet. But I remember like on the show, like Rich Ross took out you guys were goofing on his Star of David tattoo. And, like,
Yeah.
I think he's the first Jew to get a tattoo.
No,
on
he had
purpose.
he had a tattoo that said, it said never forget.
Never again.
Never again.
Never forgets 9/11.
And it's same thing.
It's 9/10.
Never again and never forget. I forgot. Yeah, he got a tattoo. You know, Jews aren't supposed to get tattooed. He's the worst. He has a Star of David. I think 2 diamond Stars of David that he wears out.
Well, now he wears them out of his shirt, waiting for someone to challenge him in the audience. He's waiting for a girl to be like, you know, they're killing tons of Palestinian people.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I see. He could. I can't. He's like.
Look what he has.
Does he wear those?
Yes.
I love Rich Voss. He's great.
Fucking the air Moses.
See, my problem is my name's Taylor Williamson, so people don't like. I have to say I'm Jewish, and then it seems like I'm saying it. You know?
Is it your mom's Jewish?
Yeah,
So it is?
exactly.
So
You
that's
get
my
it. Yeah, you
situation.
get-
yeah.
wow, dude.
Mom's Rosenberg.
This is a Goldberg. Look at this. Wow, look at this.
Your last name is Rosenberg?
No, my mother's maiden name is Rosenberg.
Oh, okay. That
My
would've-
grandparents were
You're so lucky. Okerson
Rosenberg
came
and
in.
Schumann. My grandmother was maiden name Schumann, Rosenberg, and then my mom. And then my mom just fucking spread her legs to get us some Christmas.
Get more gifts.
Yeah. She went with my dad first, who was some Catholic dude, not religious at all, but like
I couldn't
my
imagine.
biological dad. But he split, so he didn't give us any Christmas. And then my step pop, when he came in,
Big
Christmas time again.
J. Rosenberg.
Oh, dude. I'll tell you what.
What a shitty.
Probably would have moved me along a little bit quicker in this business.
Yeah, but nobody remember your fucking website.
Big J Rosenberg.
But you know what, though? To be fair, I feel like you can make fun of. You can do that with names the same way that people go like, "I can't imagine you having sex." You can say that for anyone in particular, and you can do that for anyone's names. Bill Goldberg was one of the biggest wrestlers of all time. Who would have thought
His
that
name's
guy?
Bill Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, people would chant Goldberg. It's just the most Jewish name
There
ever.
was a
They
bunch
go,
of racists down in South
Goldberg.
Carolina minute, Goldberg. Wait a minute, what's going on?
Can I
Well, I
tell you,
love
they
it.
don't know. My cousins, I have Goldbergs in my family. I have cousins who live in Georgia, like in scary parts of Georgia, which is most of Georgia, and except for your listeners, of course, I looked up your Reddit. I'm very scared of your listeners. Anyways, but I'm sorry to be here.
Oh,
But-
don't look at Reddit or for anything ever.
Listen,
Oh, it's not good.
I've been on the show for a year. I've never been.
So smart.
Oh.
You'll
No,
cry.
no.
They don't like me.
Everyone's crazy. Anyways,
No, I stay
They-
away from that.
They love.
they love Jewish people though.
Oh, they love Dan. They really treat me like I told Dan he has to go. Like it was
Yeah,
my
like
fault.
Bobby was like, "Thanks for holding my seat. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, like I
I
had
try to
stock
tell
in the
them.
company.
I try to tell them.
Yeah.
Dan abandoned
Yeah.
all of you.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.
Love Bobby
Yeah,
for
that's
what
Such
he's
a good
done.
point. You came to give them entertainment.
Yes.
Listen. I'm an impartial. I'm just a nice boy from California here, just to spread love and
Trying to keep Jay afloat over here.
You're keeping
until,
you're keeping his business alive.
Thank
until
you.
Mike Fenoya can step in.
Because Mike's in heavy training right now.
Right now.
And just in case Bobby goes down. He's QB1 though.
and Dan might come back with the way things are going.
But you've been. One could argue for the truth. You've been funnier. I love Dan Soder. He's so funny. But you've been funnier longer than Dan Soder.
Funnier, longer
Dan
than Soder.
is a different funny. Dan is a cute, adorable funny. I'm more of a Jay funny.
Yeah.
People like the cute voice. I mean, Dan is a genius.
The show is much more likely now to be removed at some point.
Yes,
for sure.
now it can be removed. And you get to talk on the show. So it's better.
My only problem with Dan Soder.
You're actually getting an interview right now.
I'll do my celebrity shit talk. You ready?
Yeah,
Please.
I just did.
Dan Soder, funny guy, kind guy, wrestling guy, love him. But my problem with him is I talked to a girl on a Jewish dating app once, and then she was like, "Do you know Dan Soder?" I thought I was like using him to get to her, but then I realized she was using me to get to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like M. Night Shyamalan.
Jay's been doing that to me.
That was just using him to get to Dan.
Maybe I'll get Bob in and he'll get Dan back for me.
Whenever I see Dan, I go, Bobby is such a wonderful lover. Like not like you were. Like, it's different. Like, I don't know. He has passion in his eyes when he has me.
When I was on vacation, I remember I was, I don't think you weren't returning my phone calls because you do that fucking thing where you don't return texts and phone calls.
Are you one of those?
Yeah, he's one of those. Unless you're Mike Fenoya, you talk all day.
It's not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
Show me your call history for the days that you were.
Did you not answer Mike Fenoya?
Oftentimes, I don't answer my phone.
You won't pick up for him.
Of course.
I doubt it.
Interesting.
I doubt it.
So are you
Yeah,
like?
but Lou actually posted. I was like, "Hey man," I go, Don, Jay's not calling me back. I wonder what's up with him. And then Lou posted a thing with Dan and you from when you're in Times Square. I go, "I think Dan's back." She's like, "What?"
second.
I go, "I think Dan and Jay got back together."
Did he come back
like-
somehow?
What if I could finish out the year?
No, Dan's not coming back.
It's the launch of the bomb.
I thought, but
The relaunch.
but Lou, yeah, but I didn't
Hey,
see
no, that's
that.
for Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
I didn't see that. I just saw the first one. So I'm like, I think Dan and Jay, I think Dan's back. Maybe that couch cast didn't go as well as he thought.
Look at us with Kid Rock, dude.
Yeah, we were with Kid Rock.
I didn't forget you, Bob.
Yeah, you did. Here I am.
Can I show you another photo I have for my presentation today for your radio show?
Is it your penis?
I could find one if you'd like, but
Yes.
that's not, I didn't prepare. That wasn't on my list of anecdotes.
Well, I don't want
now-
to take you off path, but
Yeah.
I'd look at a picture of your wiener.
But I was at the LAX airport in the Uber lot, and there was a graffiti. I don't want to call it a bump. It was a sticker. It was a graffiti. A sticker illegally posted. Is that graffiti? That's not
Yeah,
graffiti.
we're not going to CSI your bit. Go ahead, man. We're with
It's not.
you.
It's not a bit. It's
Oh,
not like
your
I'm not-
anecdote.
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 It's not a-
Sorry.
it's
I
not
don't use
anecdote.
that. I just say things I want to talk about.
But
An illegal posting.
like someone illegally posted a bonfire. It says Dan Soder though, but it's a bonfire sticker.
yeah, that's great.
We gotta get. This is how you know you have job security. Ask them to make some new stickers with your name on it.
We have. They haven't. I'm actually Dan's face is still on the app.
Yeah.
Stop.
On the app, well, they just put a picture of Bobby over Dan's face.
Actually, Taylor, look at your pass. Does it say? Whose name does it say on there?
It says guest of Dan Soder.
Yeah.
I don't know why that still happens.
I'll tell you why. You guys are holding on strong for hope.
Listen, can I be honest?
100%. All the passes say guest to Dan Soder.
Yeah.
If the leaders
hilarious.
of SiriusXM are here, I would just personally, as a fan of the show, I would love to have Dan Soder back on it.
Yeah. You don't think they have meetings about that?
They had a 6-hour meeting today only about that.
Yeah.
Will he come back?
Yeah, they have meetings about
I just-
it. Yeah, I'm crazy. Snap into a damn soda.
They're I'll tell you where they're at in negotiations. They're willing to let me and Bobby go if Dan will come back.
That would fucking hurt. I'd feel so bad.
Hey guys, I would do the show for half the price that they're charging you. I just want to say.
Nice. Hell yeah.
They just give it to them.
We have a public access deal here.
And I'll give you guys 10% of what I get paid too.
The security guy told me today when I got my pass, hey, you got to come back in 5 months when your contract's up in case they don't renew it. I was like, okay.
Now, the new special live at the Comedy Store. Where'd you film that?
Listen, I can't tell you. I've been thinking about changing the name. Is that weird? I
No.
already released it. I want to change the name.
What are you going to change it to? Cocksucker motherfucker?
You know what? I think so because like I chose to not curse at all in this thing. I was like, you know what? See, maybe for the algorithm, I was literally thinking maybe that'd be smart.
It would be pretty hilarious to then name it something just pure
saying.
filthy dirty.
That's
is
what
funny.
I'm saying.
Yeah, call it pure
Cunt
filth.
fuck.
Cunt fuck.
Taylor Williamson. Cunt fuck.
Yeah.
That's really good. 'Cause people will click on it. They'll be like, "What's going on here?"
And you just, by the way, you love asterisks.
Yeah.
C asterisk asterisk T.
Yeah.
F asterisk asterisk K.
Yeah.
Wait, that was hard. Oh, I see. Because I'm not saying the word.
Yeah. It's still not.
And then
written
when
out.
I say it out loud, when I go on classier shows, I'll be like, no, it means can't fart.
Hey, you should
Exactly.
put Cops Lives Matter.
Oh, can't funk.
Do that one.
You know what?
Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah, Blue Lives Matter.
I want to grift so hard, and I'm really trying to find my grift, and like I'm so down. Like, what is honestly,
Dude, put From the River to the Sea. See what happens.
I mean,
With a Star of David at the end. Confuse them.
there's too many Jews doing
really
that. Like,
confuse
I
them.
can't do that one. I'm with Rich Voss on this one.
Like, say, I'd like a ceasefire, but death to Israel.
Yeah.
Just everything's confusing.
Taylor Williamson has Live from the Comedy Store streaming now on YouTube.
Abortion is murder, but I ain't keeping this baby.
You can find podcast Abortion is Murder, but he ain't keeping the baby. And the other one he's doing, Almost Alpha, wherever you listen to shows. Thanks for
Are
coming
you
on,
done
man.
with me?
Or the
That's it? Show's over.
Show's over.
Well, I gotta go. Can I just say shout out to Jerry Briscoe Jr., Joe Briscoe. You
Hell
guys call him
yeah.
Jerry Briscoe Jr., and he's your biggest fan, and he listens to every show.
Oh,
and he
he's
loves
great,
you guys.
dude. His dad is Gerald Briscoe.
Yeah.
From wrestling.
You guys
From,
have him on your show.
I'd love to have him on the show.
Thank you for having me. You guys are a delight. Can I say I'm really such a fan of both of you guys and Christy, and thank you for having me. It's really
Hell
cool.
yeah,
Good to
man.
meet you,
Thank
man.
you.
Good to
Check
hang
out
out,
the special live at the